Goodfellas, it's great to be back with you here. We are with Diana and with Giuseppe. As we promised you, we're going to do this production tour where you guys are going to explain us all the production steps at Montegrappa, right?
Yes, correct. Welcome everybody.
Goodfellas! Let's start! So where are we heading first, Giuseppe?
Okay, we're heading now upstairs and we're going to see one of our creative designers.
Perfect. Let's go.
Let's go.
So let me introduce you to William.
Hi, William.
William is a creative designer, and actually we give you a sneak peek on something new.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's going to be introduced in November.
Can I go with the camera?
Please, very quickly.
So this is our Magellan pen, which will be called Age of Discovery.
Age of Discovery.
Yeah, so it's based on the, I think it's the 500th anniversary of the first circumnavigation around the globe.
Fantastic. This is the first time we're seeing this, huh?
Yes, nobody has seen outside.
Okay, guys, so you're really having an incredible sneak peek of a new edition that is coming. And so you actually do all the sketches with the ideas that come from Giuseppe and your team, Giuseppe, and then you take care of creating all the sketches and the ideas around the pen.
Exactly. So what we do basically is we have a meeting where we brief about the project. And then once we have the briefing and we know where to go, I start with some sketches, which you can see here, for example.
Yeah.
This is the sketch that we share internally to discuss about the references, if their proportions are correct, materials are correct.
Absolutely.
And if the whole design represents what we have in mind. And once we have the design maybe as a sketch, we start with the engineering and then the 3D, which is what you saw earlier.
Fantastic, very interesting. Thank you so much for showing us. So now where are we gonna head, Giuseppe?
We're gonna go downstairs again, and this is where we have our engineering department.
Perfect.
So that they will take this project from there and move on to the engineering of the process, then the prototyping, and eventually production.
Fantastic. Let's go check this out. Thank you so much.
That's it.
All right.
So Samuel, we are here in our engineering department. This is a very mobile team, so they go around the factory, so it's always difficult to catch all of them at the same time.
I can imagine.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so since I gave you a sneak peek on our Age of Discovery, I would like you to see what's the next step. So after the creative process, then of course we have the actual engineering.
Perfect.
So here you can actually see the engineering part of the design.
So basically, now in this case, William has created the draft, the design, the concept, and now it comes here down to the engineering, where they also make sure that, like mechanically, it can be built, right?
Exactly. Also because here, this particular pen is what we call a complicated pen, so it has other functions.
Yeah.
So other than writing, and,
Yeah.
and the interesting one here is actually this is the cap of the pen. That's the clip, so we don't have an assembled pen yet. So this is like really a sneak peek into something new. So this is a sextant, which is one of the instruments for navigation, and of course the most important instrument for navigation is the compass.
No, come on.
So this is a functional compass, which we are producing completely in-house.
So you are that's something I was asking myself. So you are producing the compass in-house?
Yes.
Incredible.
So we got the consultancy from the Politecnico from Milan.
Yeah.
To basically learn
How to do the compass.
to make it functional.
This is insane. This is really astonishing.
Okay, then there is a lot of other hidden features in this pen, but
We're not gonna explain everything, right?
The secret.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you so much for showing us this department.
So now we're proceeding to the prototyping department.
Perfect. So that means, Giuseppe, that now from the engineering, the next step is to actually go over to the prototyping and create the first prototype.
That's correct. Of course, this doesn't happen in a day like today.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's a long process.
Of course, yeah.
So of course now we're heading to
Over here.
prototyping. I'm not sure what they're working on.
No problem.
So most likely it won't be the Age of Discovery. It will be something else.
Absolutely. Okay, so prototyping department, huh?
That's correct. So now we have Luca working on a project for next year. So I will not tell you what it is.
Okay, we won't.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna show you this, but that's it.
You can show, but of course these still need to be.
No, of course, it doesn't say anything.
So you can see the CNC in motion.
First of all, look at all these things you can touch. I mean, it's like driving an airplane. And what is it doing here right now? Oh, can I see it?
Yeah. Too late now because the tool.
Yeah. But anyway, we can see that there is something going on. So now he's checking the measurements of the prototype. Okay, so prototyping from the engineering, it comes over here. He takes care of creating the prototypes here, so you guys actually can have something in hand and see what it looks like and so on. Yeah. But I also see another machine here, which you told me about yesterday.
Yes.
And what does it do?
This is what we use for the production of the feeders.
Yeah.
And Montegrappa, we use ebonite feeders, so which is the material that was traditionally used since the beginning of the 1900s.
Yeah.
So I like to reiterate that here in Montegrappa, we don't do anything injection molded. So everything we do is turned with CNC machines, including the feeders. So right now there is no ongoing production of feeders, but this is where we do the first part. And I will show you maybe some feed in the other
Perfect,
group.
perfect.
And that's where they do also the final quality control. As you can see, there is a profile projector.
Look at this.
And you can see this is a blown up image of the feeder. And here we can see if there is any defect.
Ah, so yeah.
Okay.
Look at this, guys. Okay, so this gives you actually the chance to see if there is any massive imperfection.
To clean or imperfection. But before this, there is an inspection that we do with a microscope, which is actually next to the machine over there. So every single piece is inspected, and what we inspect here is the depth of the channels that deliver the ink.
And one interesting thing, I think, Giuseppe, is for each nib size, there is different depth of the, is it right?
Yes.
Interesting.
And there are also adaptations that are often done for clients that they say, I want, a really generous flow.
The flow, yeah.
So we enhance the channels so that there is
more
flow.
Perfect. Perfect.
So in this little room here, we have a machine that was built by us.
Exactly.
And this is to finish the feeder, so to make the points, and to make all the little cuts that you have on the sides.
And as we mentioned yesterday, for the ones who haven't seen the first video, first of all, go check it. But second thing, this machine is built by Montegrappa, programmed by Montegrappa. And this is, you see, a part.
This is the feeder before the final stages of production. This is what comes out from the CNC machine.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there is the operation where you cut the point and all the capillaries on the sides.
Perfect.
Later on, which is here.
Yes.
So we have about 30% reject rate.
On the ebonite feed?
Because ebonite is an organic material.
Yeah.
It's a hard rubber, in fact.
Yeah.
And therefore you can have porosity throughout the surface of the rod. And there's nothing you can do, you just have to reject.
Yeah.
And then we have another 10% reject rate after the writing tests.
Yeah, perfect. Very interesting to know. And that's part of the quality control and to guarantee a certain kind of quality as Montegrappa.
Yes.
This is the loud part of the company, right? CNC machines.
Yes. Here we have our 5-axis machining center, which we briefly saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Today is still working on the Leonardo da Vinci cap.
Yes. We can see a bit of...
Right. This is working right now on making the cutouts on the cap.
Maybe we repeat, I mean, the difference between this machine and this machine is which one?
This is the grandson and this is the grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay. They are maybe 15 years apart, but the technology has evolved so fast that this machine is not able to do probably only 20% of what this machine can do.
In terms of shaping, right?
In terms of shaping, in terms of rapidity, in terms of quality of the finish.
Yeah.
So this is really helpful for us. It's a step ahead in our technology and is allowing us to create shapes that before was not possible.
Even possible. Very interesting, very nice. And I want to repeat also, I'm not even sure what we said that yesterday, but you have a lot of young blood, like young people here, and it's so nice to see people which are young actually working on pens, right?
Right, you know, most of the people that you see here, they came out of specialized schools, technical schools, and we've been in contact with them since they were still in high school, and as soon as they finished, you know, they got their degree, they were employed here as apprentices, and so of course they've been trained to be able to
produce a pen.
A pen. So
awesome.
as I mentioned as well, since COVID hit us, we have started also shifts in production, so that we can make the most of the machine. So there are 2 shifts, and therefore we work like 14 hours a day.
It's 14 hours a day, huh? Yeah. It's necessary to get enough pieces out on the market, huh?
It's just a standard resin that we use on the Zero.
Yeah.
The Montegrappa, the colorful one that we use, we are able to recycle all the offcuts and the steps of production, so it's also sustainable in that sense.
Exactly, very important point, and thanks for mentioning it.
So these are the caps of our Extra 8 in celluloid. This is a pearl gray celluloid.
Yeah.
This is our turquoise celluloid.
Look how it shines. Look at this. Awesome, awesome.
And this is our dark blue.
Yeah. And that's being turned here.
This is the Montegrappa.
Ah, look at this.
So we're gonna dry this, okay? And together with the offcut, like the remaining parts of the rod, unused or rejects, we can melt it again and
reuse it. Perfect.
And here is a rod of the Montegrappa. As you can see,
let's
you can see, you cannot really tell that from the rod. You're gonna
this will come out.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think for creating this, I don't know, but this is not polished yet, or is this polished?
This one is polished. Yes.
This one is polished. So the polishing
is done in a separate department.
Is done in a separate department.
And there we go.
Perfect. That's where we go. Perfect. And so after that, the pieces come out from here. They usually go over to the polishing.
Before the polishing, there is what we call tumbling. The burattatura in Italian.
Burattatura.
And basically this allows us to remove the marks left by the tools on the CNC machines and to facilitate the polishing that will come
afterwards. Great.
So here you see some beautiful celluloid. These are yellow.
It's for extra?
This is for extra.
Let's see. What a nice shades of color. Okay.
Right. So we are in the polishing. As I told you, before the actual polishing there is the tumbling, and then the next step after the tumbling is the semi-automatic polishing, which is done with this machine over there. It's not in motion right now, but basically we have jigs that they hold the different components.
Yeah.
And
I saw that earlier on.
That's right.
It was in action.
That's right. And this is the first part of the polishing, because then the second and the final one is actually by hand. So all pens, they are eventually polished by hand.
Yeah.
So you have the extras. Or over here, she's working on clips.
That's a clip of a 1930?
Yes, it's sterling silver, and this is before we put the ruzzolino, which is our revolving
Where
sphere.
did I saw that? Yes. Ah, over there I saw it, right.
So as you can see, it's all polished by hand.
Yeah, so imagine the work, guys. Each single clip, each single metal element is being polished by hand by a craftsman here at Montegrappa.
And the clip is very delicate, because especially on the sides, it's not easy, to polish. So there is also a stage that we do where for the side, where we do the sandblasting of the side, and then the polishing will be.
Awesome.
Here you can see Montegrappita is not polished yet.
Not polished, so you see that it's not that shiny, it's still a bit matte, right?
That's right. See?
Beautiful. Even more here.
All original from the beginning of the century. Of
Oh,
the
really?
1800s. Yeah.
And
So
you just keep them and...
keep them, and we change the leather inside
Yeah,
when
awesome.
it wears off. But these are still the original trays. These are all new colors for the zero.
Can we show it?
Yeah, you can. This is still
Very nice.
unpolished.
Very nice. Yeah, so when it's not polished, is this polished here?
This one, yes.
Ah, no. Yeah,
this
this
one
one-
looks like partially polished. But you see that one is duller than
Yeah, exactly.
than the other. So earlier I told you about the tumbling. So this is what the tumbling is about. So you have abrasive material, and inside you will put a clip or a small trim, and this movement will smoothen the surface and will prepare it for the polishing.
Once again, check it out. There are actual parts in here. This is another kind of polishing,
Yes,
depending what you want to achieve,
exactly.
right?
This is to give a more brilliant surface,
Yeah.
and so it's a ceramic.
Yeah. While this one is what? What is this?
These are all different types of ceramic
Yeah.
or wood.
Or wood? Oh. So again, guys, after the piece is produced, it comes in here, and it's being a bit embellished and polished, and then it goes over to the machine and to the hand polishing. What are you going to show us here?
Yes, we're going to show you, so after the polishing, all the different components, they are really dirty, okay? Because the polishing compounds leave really like grease.
Dust, huh? Yeah.
Dust. And so, of course, this needs to be cleaned. And the cleaning is done with ultrasonic bath.
Yeah.
So we use this type of rack, where this put in the different barrels.
One more step. And here it's being now dried. Dried. Yeah, I mean, it's this little detail we are not aware of, but they're. I mean, it's
But there are a million other
steps, little steps that we don't see, right?
Because we have very complicated pens that have more than 100 components, and each component follows its own process of manufacturing.
So one day, Giuseppe, my goal will be to document the whole process, every little, like staying next to the people, and actually discover how a pen actually is being made from A to Z. Okay, I've brought you here already on my Instagram stories, but Giuseppe, Diana, what is this?
Yeah, we are in the assembling department, where the first step is the testing of the nips.
A not so crucial step, right?
So they are all individually tested.
Look at this. again, look at the precision, you know. So right now, I guess he's cleaning up the pen again after he's tested it.
Correct.
Because you have to understand that they do the pen, they mount the nib and the conductor and so on, the feed, then they test it, which means you fill it up via converter, with this robot which are in motion right now.
And no, we first we do the test by hand.
By hand first? Ah, okay, so wait, good point. First, the test by hand.
Yes.
By,
Which is basically what you see here. All this, yeah?
yeah, this is hand testing.
Okay. This is a report sheet done with the robot, but that's actually something that we keep in our archive, so that we know each pen that has left our production, we know that when it left, the writing was flawless.
And maybe I go directly over here to the robot, which is something astonishing. Now we have two extra 1930 who are mounted.
Correct.
I think this looks like a special limited edition, I don't know.
With a special nib, yes.
With a special nib, okay, perfect. But this, where do you buy this robot?
Well, I mean, we buy parts and we put them together ourselves.
Again, this is one of those things you had to program. You had to program how much pressure it will give, right? Exactly. What the movement is going to be, and so on.
Exactly. The angle is important.
The angles, very nice. So, I mean, after a testing like this, obviously these are analog items, so there can still be an imperfection. But with all the steps of control, the robot that does all kind of movements of the nib, and then the back control once again by the human back there, it really shows the care on quality that you guys put here at Montegrappa.
Absolutely.
Compliments on that.
Thank you.
And so, just to finish telling you, so they fill it up via converter or via piston.
It's done, yeah. If it's a piston pen, of course, with a piston.
But then you have to clean it.
Then you have to clean it, yes, of course. You have to wash off, and then you know this is exactly what it's doing. But at the same time, it's making sure that the nib wasn't damaged in the process. Because nib is still very delicate.
Of course, it's in gold, so any little thing can damage it.
Definitely.
Okay, so
we are in the assembling bay. As you can see. There is different models, that are being assembled right now. These are the last moon landing pieces.
Available.
After that is sold out, and now they're working on an extra. This is an extra with a special nib, which is actually going to Korea.
Oh wow! Can we show the nib or should we not?
Yeah, you can.
Let's wait a second. I'll try to focus it. If possible. Yes, nice. Look at this. Look how nice. And also what's special, it's the grip section is not in sterling silver, but in celluloid.
And I believe this one is also with the ink cartridge and converter.
Oh really? So it's not a piston filling extra. And so here the quality control also once again she's checking. Yeah, perfect. She's showing us that this is not a piston filling as it usually is, but it is with converter cartridge, and she's doing now the quality control of the pen, cleaning it up, like checking that everything is smooth, huh?
Correct.
Perfect.
And each person here actually assembled the pen from the very beginning till the end.
Yeah.
So that we know exactly who has assembled what pen.
So it's not a catena di montaggio as we call it, but it's really, there is the spirit of one person behind each pen that leaves Montegrappa.
Correct.
And it's part of the beauty and romanticism of owning a Montegrappa pen.
Sarin is assembling the zero. As you can see, she's filing the ambigram because maybe there is little imperfection.
Look at the ambigram. That's the one that comes on the top of the cap. I'm sure you remember that. And look at this. She just actually look. I mean, if that's not precision and pure love, then I don't know. Wow. And you had to create all of this machine that brings the emblem down, and obvious for you, but for us it's it drives us crazy. So you see guys, even just the top element of the Zero, which is a pen that is not even that pretentious also in terms of pricing, there is so much craft and so much attention to detail to create it. It's not just a mass production, but it's...
That's the sapphire crystal.
Yeah. On the top it's a sapphire crystal.
Sapphire crystal,
Oh,
yes.
awesome. You
This
see...
is a pen that speaks the language of watches, in fact. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Because we use the same material, the same kind of finishing, setting brush, then polished, and then of course the sapphire crystal.
Perfect. Okay, Giuseppe has just realized that we have something incredible here, and it's the Kiccio. And first of all, look at the caps, but most of all, look at the macchier, guys. Wait a second. Oh my god. This one is already sold out, I saw on your website,
Yes,
huh?
yes.
It's a pen that runs for quite a price. And look at the beautiful cap, how powerful it is. Very nice. And they are now controlling, mounting. Oh, look at this. He's been so kind and has basically set up one together for us. Lucky owners of these pieces, because this is one of the most beautiful macchier I've seen in my life. And we've seen a few macchier, right? That's a custom one?
Yes, that's an extra auto custom, which was made on the configurator. But this is an additional touch. It's made for a Middle Eastern customer who loved the Venus de Milo clip.
Oh!
And he wanted the Venus de Milo clip on an extra auto custom.
And you did make this happen?
Yes, of course. For our very special clients.
Of course, of course. Let's show it once again. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Grazie. So we see once again a very young guy here, and he's checking the
zero finial, the top, the cap top of the zero. So now he's looking for imperfections. It could be, you know, dents or scratches or just stains or whatever, you know, might be considered like a flaw of a particular component.
Perfect. Maybe also Diana yesterday told me that this is part also of the after sales, right?
Yes.
This is where the after sales is being made high.
While I wear my rebellious mask.
He's the head of rebellion.
Head of rebellion at Montegrappa.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
can see from my tail.
Of course, of course. You look like a rebel indeed.
I was born a rebel.
I think if one does also after sales, you gotta be a bit a rebel, right?
Well, that's why he appointed me.
Exactly. Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, you see there's also quality control here. These are silk components for the zero. This is the canvas.
You see how small it is and how much attention to the detail, controlling each single ring.
This is a repair. It can be repaired.
So here's a pen being repaired. You see, so if there is a repair every once in a while, then there is a person who takes care of your pen and makes sure that you get your pen back repaired. The prototyping guy who's coming down with things and losing things on his way. You're welcome.
So we're going to the marketing department.
That's Diana's reign, huh?
Exactly. They just moved here because they wanted to be closer to production.
To the production.
Because originally they were upstairs.
So it's interesting. The marketing is so near to the production, which... Hello, Diana.
Buongiorno, welcome to our marketing department.
Fantastic, thank you. Hello, guys.
These are
Hi.
Erika and Marco, and we recently moved into this new office to be being
more in touch
with the rest of the production,
Yeah.
and to be near to actually printing and magazine.
Yeah, the warehouse.
The warehouse.
And so here is also where all the ideas about the packaging and which I always say also in my videos is a big part of the pen at the end.
Part of the pen, and we take special care of the packaging, and especially we love paper. Of course, we make writing instruments, so paper is a big thing for us, and we do a constant research on the latest trends, on the latest graphic trends, and this is where everything happens. So Federica or Marco work on multiple projects depending on the launches we have. But generally, Federica takes care of the booklets and Marco takes care of the digital brochures and the graphics for advertising. So if you want to have some examples,
Yes, show us, please.
some booklets, some of the latest
Yeah,
booklets.
some we showed in the
some
videos.
you can recognize. This is, for example, David Bowie.
Yeah.
That was actually reproducing a vinyl.
With all the nice posters, right? And
Exactly.
yeah, and the
This is
quality,
all
the
black
touch and
black.
feel.
Yes, of course you can feel it, but you can see that it's something that's very, very.
I mean, this is as important as the product itself, and it's the fact of having a tactile feeling and a 360-degree kind of experience when buying a Montegrappa pen. It's
Yes,
the
exactly.
pen is important, but
The whole thing is very important. The packaging and the booklet really give you the impression of what the pen is about and what we wanted to represent.
absolutely.
So this is Harry Potter, the limited edition. This was quite of a challenge. Federica knows it very well because on the inside you can find many hidden treasures.
Yeah. Awesome.
Little gifts as well. This is the Ambiente, just to show you.
Yeah, I remember this one
different.
too.
This was completely different.
Yeah, and it's cool because you really do for each edition a unique kind of packaging. I mean, it's this is one, this is another style, this is another style. So
Yes, it's
a lot of
different storytelling, so we try to give you to immerse as much as we can
in that storytelling, huh? Yeah, awesome. It's also work we shouldn't forget. I mean, we get these papers in the box, but there is so much work. There is 3 people who put their brain, their creativity into
The
it.
copywriter.
The copywriters, exactly. Awesome. And I guess also everything that is pretty much like social media, the program about the social media, this also comes from here.
Comes from here, and as you can see, we also have a very small photo corner, let's say, where we can just
Of course.
produce in-house material.
Absolutely.
videos and
Nowadays we got to be
photos.
fast and
Exactly.
dynamic.
We need to be very fast.
Yeah, true. I think it's for each company, even the big ones, it's exactly the same. So last thing, Diana, what you're gonna show us?
So now we're going back to our atelier, where there's a little part where Alessandra is painting something very special that we want you to see.
Yeah, perfect. So where we're going now, it's really 3 craftsmen, 3 artists who create incredible things. So we have a miniature artist, which I have shown you on Instagram already. There is an engraver, hand engraver. There is someone who does the lacquering. Really astonishing.
Even though he has this t-shirt before our collaboration, he's one of the hardcore supporters of
Support.
Sea Shepherd.
So you see, it's also nice to see that this Sea Shepherd edition doesn't come like this, but there is blood of people who actually already support this this important cause. So here we are in the atelier where I was telling you there is like the lacquering who's been done, for example, right?
The enameling process for pens like Harry Potter, or the lacquering for the Formula 1 Speed, for example.
Yeah.
And right now he's working on, so he's fixing some technical fault that there is in a
Perfect.
CNC machine.
On a CNC machine, perfect.
So this is part of the daily.
We have Mario, which you also already saw on Instagram, who takes care not only but of the engraving and many other works related to, for example, what?
To the finishing, for example, right now he's working on the Leonardo da Vinci cap. So after the machining, these cutout area, which are made with the 5-axis machining center, they still need to be filed, with sandpaper,
Yeah.
to remove all the imperfections and shaving.
Perfect. And then here on the back we have Alessandra, right? Who does this incredible miniature painting, so she's painting. I mentioned this to you. I don't remember if I mentioned on Instagram or on this camera, but I'm just gonna re-mention it. So she's working now since 1 month already on this incredible miniature painting of this portrait, which is a customer's order, right? Custom order. But it takes around 3 months?
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months to finish a pen like
Finish
this.
the Artisan, yes.
So
Because the cap, the barrel, the blind cap and the section are all hand painted.
perfect, perfect. So it's not marketing, guys. The price is not marketing, but it's actually work and handwork and incredible handwork from these artists here at Montegrappa. Diana, Giuseppe, thank you so much for your time and for opening your doors to all of us into your incredible production.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Absolutely.
To your next visit. Thanks.
Fantastic. I can't wait to come here in the studio once again. Thanks you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful production tour we have done with Diana and Giuseppe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and also don't forget that together we are changing the game.